Hey everybody, it's me Martin and I decided to complete Liberty Stories. Yeah, it is going to be fun, at least to me. Uh, what can I say? This playthrough will be, I think, spoiler free. I'm not a hardcore fan of the GTA games. I haven't completed 5, I never show any interest in it. There was Chinatown Wars that I never played, but I never find it, how can I say, necessary. I don't think it's a really important game to the franchise. Yeah, technically it continues for, at least it takes place in Liberty City, but that's all what it connects to, for. Maybe some mentions to the previous title, but I can say the same thing with Vice City and Liberty City stories because these games are actually explains a lot of stuff that happens before the events of Free and Vice City, and those are interesting. The characters are fun, but I'll take Vice City Stories a better title because it has more things to do in it, and I think Rockstar Leeds put more effort in that title. While I understand why Liberty City Stories is functions more like a mod to Vice City, well, we all know that this game released first on the PSP, and because of the console limitations and the hardware limitations, the game needed to act more simple. Something but closer to Free and Vice City instead of San Andreas. This is why this game was so important, because after that the developers could make Vice City Stories, which was most of a combination of Vice City and San Andreas. A lot of assets were brought back to that game. And Liberty City Stories was a test how can a GTA type of game run on a hand console, or how can I say, on a portable console. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to say a lot of nonsense through this playthrough. I will find it boring. I'm not an interesting character, that's for sure, but I like these games. But my issue with Liberty Story is that it's probably one of my least favorite games of the title. It has its moments, but it really feels like GTA 3 with a talking protagonist and some characters that are, while original because their behavior is a little bit different than 3, but the personalities isn't much. But I think we can have some time with this game, that's for sure. I also know that this game has some fame because it has a mobile port. All of us is stories which only released on the PS3, and after that nothing. And that's it. So how I will complete this game? Well, I have some save files from the emulator, and because of that I load the saves where I have less things to do. What I mean is to completing the 100%, because if you complete the game you can have this beautiful Elvis outfit, and you can have some cheat codes and all the infinite ammo stuff, but I'm not going to play that game because then the whole playthrough will be pretty much short. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, turn off the radio. Maybe if I start a new game, then I need to change some things in the options. But what I mean is that I can load some saves where I'm not saying the whole game is completed, but at least the basic things before completing the first mission, yeah, 50% or is actually completed, because that's the side activities before you can start the whole story. Alright, so I think it's time to have a new beginning. Back to Liberty City 1998, the release date of Half-Life 1. A lot of people prefer this game over Vice City Stories because, I don't know, it released earlier and it just got more fame because of the Mafia storyline, I guess. Even though I think Vice City Stories was a better game, not because of the an amount of things what you can do outside of missions, but the story, the characters, it felt like a good drama with some typical Rockstar jokes in it, but maybe another time. Also, it is important to mention that Liberty City Stories has the third longest storyline in the whole franchise. I mean, the second place goes to GTA San Andreas and the first place is GTA 4. Fourth story basically the longest in the whole franchise, and
So
the whole
there
game
he
is based on that. I mean,
So
in
listen,
4 you
Tony,
can in
I know you
GTA 4
did
you
a
can't
good thing
do
first. I know you've
much
been lying low
outside
for
of the
a long
missions,
time.
hanging out with
So I want
friends
you to
and
take it easy for a
chasing
while,
other
huh?
criminals,
Vincenzo will look after you.
vigilante mode or
You need
whatever.
some money? Ask him. You
Okay,
need a
so
job?
Tony
Lucky he'll
Cipriani
take care
has
of you.
returned
What more could a family guy
to
ask for? Even my son done
Saint
got it
Mark's
so good.
Bistro,
Mr. Leone, I thought
Saint
we got
Mark's,
history.
but I mean back to
I mean,
Liberty City.
I've done a
He
lot for
killed
this family.
a made man.
And now
I
you're
don't know
expecting me to take
who
orders
was
from
that
this-
made man,
this-
but one
this-
thing for sure is that
Well, it just
I
doesn't
think
seem
that
right.
made man
Tony, I
belonged
know what
one
you
of the
did, and
mafia
no one is
families,
more grateful
criminal
than me,
families.
honestly.
For,
But the idea that you walk in here and
Sindaco or
start to question
Forelli,
my leadership
really,
right away is,
it doesn't really matter.
quite frankly, out of order. Capiche?
And we have
I
this
understand, boss.
Vincenzo.
So when you
He
need
became
something,
the new
give
right hand,
Vincenzo a call
which is pretty
down at
funny
Atlantic
because
Key.
he's
He'll
standing
take care of
like
you.
left
Won't
to
you,
Of course, boss. Anything
Salvatore
you say.
Leone.
Tell you what, we can go there now.
Alright, so we have this new boss thing, while the real boss Salvatore just, I don't know, scratching his mustache. Not important.
I got you a
Not
nice
so
little
important,
place
that's
to
for
stay,
sure.
Tony. It's got you written all over it. We'll head there first.
You're all hard.
There's something that I need to mention is that while I'm playing this on the PPSSPP, yes, sounds weird, emulator, well, the emulator name sounds pretty funny, but what about the music? Interesting. Oh, great. Some cutscenes may have disappeared on the screen. I mean, you won't see anything, not even the subtitles. Why? I don't know, maybe because the resolution, or that the camera goes out of the cutscene place and leaves the room and starts recording the camera of the wall or something. Just
This is
bizarre.
it, Tony. Home sweet home. Beautiful, ain't she?
This shithole is supposed to be my home?
Oh, I think it's very you. Now you're disrespecting old Vincenzo. Now, tough guy, get your ass upstairs and go put on some decent clothes. I don't got all day, so move.
Yeah, guy playing the top one, that's for sure. Little angry minibus. Alright, I'll skip this place. Yes, you can change your clothes if you want to. Maybe to get rid of the heat, and yeah, I have to change my outfit basically because I'm a Leon member, so I got to dress up like one. And you can save the game if I want to. You? I mean, I need to save, but you, I mean, you just watch the whole thing or listen it. It's not my issue. Yeah, I can keep my cars in that mini garage, but maybe another time, after I load my save.
Now take me to my place.
Sure, no problem, boss, or whatever. So back to Liberty City, and I mean, I know that the PS2 version was pretty clunky because the FPS always dropped. It wasn't optimized very much, and it was the same thing is true for Vice City Stories, especially in the second or first island. I mean, which is the first island in the original Vice City. So we have this giant wheel or something like that, and if the camera just a little bit look at that thing, the game FPS drop below 5 if I'm correct. But in the PSP version you don't have fog effect or snow effect because sometimes the snow is falling in this game, but it's not shown in the PSP version, you know, limitations, whatever. And because of that,
Hey,
the game also
apartments
looks
cost
pretty
money,
colorful.
Tony. Just you remember who pays
More
the
like
bills
on
around
Vice
here.
City mod.
Me, Daddy Vincenzo over here. So from now on, you work for me. So I better see you back here real soon.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And this is the part where I'm going to load my save, where almost everything is already done. I mean, if you do every side mission before the first main mission, story mission, alright, let's just save it again. Okay, yeah, the whole emulator is in Hungarian, but it really doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, there's some kind of marker in the map. I need to remove it. Nice. So, I forget what I tried to say. I need to get used to the controls. I mean, there was a time when I played this game and Vice Stories a lot on this emulator, and I got used to the controls. That's why I started to play San Andreas, Vice City and 3 with controllers, and it worked a little bit different. Oh no, radio. I need to remove this one. Yep, alright, we heard you. What the hell? Why the cops are after me? So what was I saying? Yes, it is. If you complete every side mission in the first island and collect almost every hidden package and complete every stunt jump which you can achieve by a glitch if you want to travel to the other island. So what I mean is that if you complete all these things, you have basically 3 things to do if I'm correct, or just 2. The Avenging Angel side missions, you need to complete all of them in each island, and the Trash Master side mission. Basically you just drive a garbage truck, whatever, and you just pick up some trash. That's all, on the street, from the trash cans, whatever. So you need to do these missions and basically the whole game finish and find, I think, you need to find 2 hidden packages. Let me see the status. Maybe I need to do a jump, 1 stunt jump, because one of the buildings will be blown up in this story. One of the missions from JD, probably the last one of his, and yeah, what's left of from the building you can use it as a stunt jump, or just stunt, whatever. So let's just take a look at Vincenzo, the guy who seems to be pretty nervous about us that we're back and the boss already likes us. I mean, happy that we are here, Salvatore Leone. I mean, this game takes place after the events of San Andreas, so our old boss pretty much paranoid at this point of the story. I mean, of the lore.
The lazy bastard ain't brought any cash in days. Maybe he needs some encouragement to get off his ass and do some work. Acting like a bitch. He kinda reminds me of you.
What are you trying to say?
I ain't trying to say nothing. I'm telling you to get over there and make sure this asshole starts bringing in some goddamn money.
I don't know, he's some kind of drug dealer, and yeah, he owes some money, or he didn't share his money to Vincenzo, and he's pretty much pissed about that. Our boss, or whoever this whining bitch, but whatever you say, dude, pal. Now I think that guy going to talk about some stuff that the Singrakos are getting involved a lot of things, and they have their own control in the red light district, if I'm correct. I don't know why, but I think the soundtrack for Liberty City Stories is really cheap. I mean, I know that back in GTA 3, most of the music are from independent music creators, music studios.
So, Vincenzo tells me
It was easy to buy this license
I know chicken shit.
for a long time.
I've been ill as all. I'll go back to work tomorrow.
I mean, basically every song from GTA 3
I think you're gonna work
are
today,
the same
like it or not.
in the defective edition or the definitive edition. What I mean is that the license
Oh man, I don't feel
date
too good.
didn't
I think I
fall
might have
off.
fever or something.
So the license are the same in the Definitive Edition, and I think to make sure that the music needs to be done in the console ports, but not console ports, these portable games.
Sure, sure.
For Liberty Stories, Rockstar simply just find more songs that are really cheap to license or something like that to buy. I mean, almost every song in this game are unfamiliar to me. The only one song that I know is Giorgio Moroder's Chase. Who don't know who is Giorgio Moroder? He was the guy who made the music for Scarface back in 1983. And I heard that music before I played this game, but that's it. Anything else, it's unfamiliar to me from this game. And yeah, I think these songs are already barely familiar to anyone. I don't say them these are bad, but I just don't have any reference to them. Alright, that's it. I mean, in Vice City Stories, if that game will release again, because there are some rumors that Rockstar actually want to release Vice City and Liberty City Stories for later console generations.
Vinny!
I mean to the recent ones, same thing with Red Dead Redemption, maybe even with the same prices, but I believe that some music from Vice City Stories will be replaced or just cut it out. Same thing with the Definitive Edition, unlike Liberty City Stories where a lot of songs were easier to buy because they were unknown to the major audiences, I think.
You gonna accept that, Tony? I want you to get over to Chinatown.
All right, boss. I'm on it.
Okay, so the dealer got killed.
God, why isn't there any goddamn paper in here?
Got what you deserve. So the dealer died, I guess. We need to head over to the Chinatown. Yes, I just read the title, the subtitle, and we need to bring some justice for him, I guess. I mean, he already talked about that the Syndaco's influence just getting bigger and bigger. But still, they are the weakest mafia family in the game. And there's an interesting fact. There's a fan-made mod to Liberty City Stories where the events of the game takes place a little bit before Liberty City Stories, some kind of spin-off. I don't call it a prequel because the second half of the game takes place in the exact same time when Tony Ciprian doing his things. But that's all I know. I mean, this fan-made game isn't even completed.
Don't worry, I got a gun license.
But it's just interesting to see how the fan community works. I mean, what they can achieve. I mean, before that, there were only mods for 4, 5, and San Andreas, you know, the diamond mods, or how can I say it? Unique stories without changing anything in the script, or without creating a whole game. Then there was the reverse engineered mod, which is basically a source port and a fan-made remaster to Vice City, Liberty City Stories and Free, and these were nice, but take to put their lawsuits on these modders. And now after that we have a whole fan-made game that you can only play on emulator, on these emulators. I mean, PSP emulators or PS2. I don't know which version this Syndaco mod using, but just interesting what the fans can do.
Hey, remember J.D. O'Toole?
Difficult to forget.
Yeah, he's currently running a Syndaco-controlled titty bar. I mean, gentleman's club. The interesting thing is, he wants to be a Leone now.
Fuck
Weird.
him, he made his choice.
Yep.
Hello? Brain cell? Geez, Tony, Sal said you was dumb muscle, but I didn't think anyone was that dumb.
What?
We can use JD to get the drop on Syndaco's plans. He's gonna be up on the inside. there's just one thing. He's being sat on by some Sindako ape. I want you to remove this little obstacle and get JD on our side. Capiche?
Okay, so we have this JD guy, and how can I say? He's a friend of ours, but no at the same time. I mean, but he's also isn't, because he has some friends and connections with the Sindakos as well. But he wants to be a Leon. I don't know, to have some more power, more fame, whatever. He's a pimp, and we need to be sure that he will join us in the later events of the game. This is the first act of that. Alright, this is tutorial where you can buy weapons. I mean, buying weapons in this game is just the same as for Vice City. Weapons on the wall, you can buy it if you want to, but that's it. Well, I don't think I have to, but yeah, the game forces me, even though I have a revolver at home. I mean, the glitch how to reach the second island, Staunton Island and Shoreside Vale is just... there's a mission in the first island where you can shoot some fellows while you're sitting on a bike. And if you shot the first target, who is driving or riding a motorbike, what I mean PCJ 600, not what I driving, it's a Sanchez. But if you find this vehicle after failing this, I don't know, shooting mission, scroll shooting mission, then you can pick up this vehicle and just fall right to the water, and hoping for that you can actually reach the second island, because that vehicle can't drown, just fall through the water, because because the creators of the game, developers, never thought that someone would steal that bike. Or maybe because this bike was already modified a little bit, because the acceleration is pretty sensitive.
Just respray it so no one recognizes him. I'll take care of his body.
Okay, so JD absolutely in that idea that he can be our friend. I mean, looks like he wants to get rid of the Sindakos as well. But yeah, we need to take out the vehicle or just respray while he's taking the body out. And now he's our new boss, but maybe in another video. Come on, move! I forgot how to horn in this game, but it doesn't matter. Just let's go see the other mission. I don't know, I think Vincenzo has 5 missions, if you count the first one after the intro. Alright, back in action. Smash and grab. I think I know what's this mission about.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, how about that? It's me. What do you know?
I'll tell you what I know.
I think this
tough
is
guy.
one of the missions
Some
where
of our boys
the
have screwed up a simple,
cutscene a little bit
no-brain
buggy.
fucking job. Lousy bastards can't even pull off a simple raid. Maron, why am I surrounded by so many fucking idiots?
Oh, I don't know. Birds of a feather?
Oh, you're a fucking comedian. Well, laugh this off, wise guy. You're the one who's gonna clean this shit up for me. Now get over there and drag those morons back here.
Alright, this cutscene worked. So we need to rescue these Leons from this miserable robbery. They tried to rob a gas station, but it couldn't go well. It did go well, but we just have this Kuruma, which is actually looks different than the one we got used to in 3. I mean, I don't know, it looks way beyond modernized than the previous one from the earlier game, but not so bad. Yeah, and what I was trying to say is that the cutscenes in this game are, how can I say, limited, because most of them takes place in the gameplay, not in an actual cinematic one. Again, this game released first on the PSP, so this is the only excuse that I have. No!
Let's get the fuck out of here!
Can you guys get in? I highly doubt about that. What the hell? It's burning! What the... Don't... Ah, mission failed. Funny thing about this game is that the radio host of Flashback FM is the same woman who was Lenny? Ferry? Ferry. Yeah, boat. She was a boat before the events of this game. Whatever. She was a producer or a director in Vice City Stories, and she was absolutely a weirdo. Oh no! So that's why my car set on fire. Randy, yeah, that was her name. Basically, she was a transsexual man, and basically she's talked about in this radio about what she did in Liberty City before she became the new host. Funny stories, but whatever. But she's one of the returning characters of this game, even before the creators had any idea who she could be in the Vice City prequel. And we also have Avi Carrington, who was in Vice City, the original one, and some other characters like A-Ball. But what I always find weird is that Luigi from GTA 3 isn't here, and what's really buzzing me about this whole thing is that we all know the introduction movie from San Andreas, the scene when Carl Johnson steals one car right from the Luigi's strip club. I mean, the building is the same from 3, and we know that after that scene, Carl was talking to Joey Leon, yes, to him. But in 1998, the strip club looks different, and there's no mentioning in this game about Luigi. I mean, yeah, he could be a new owner in 2001. I mean, by 2001, and before that he was just an average member of the Leon families. And it's still strange. Jeez, I can't speak properly. And now I just noticed that the vertical aiming is pretty much reversed.
Tony, it's your mom.
Oh no.
How long have you been back in town? How come you don't come and see? What's wrong with you? I'm your mother, for her holiness sake. Come on!
Alright, we have Ma Cipriani, basically the grandmother version of Catalina. A toxic, bizarre, inhuman, anything terrible. Okay, invert lock off. Now I can, eh? Normally? Properly? It is! Nice. Hot Wheels. I did this the last mission for him.
Sure, Mama. I'll call you later. Yeah,
Vincenzo.
yeah, of course. Oh, of course. I'm being a good boy.
Hot coffee mode.
Love you. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, sweetheart. Give it a rest now. Whew. Here, now get out of here. A little trompeto for you.
This is the same model
Love
for...
you, Angel.
You do, Vinny.
Yeah, it's the same model for... how can... What was her name? Yeah, Maria. It's the same model but
I call it
retextures.
multitasking, Antonio.
With a new
What,
texture.
don't you like getting a hot bra to suck you off?
What?
Because if it's a problem, I can get Ray to help you out.
Fuck you.
I'm just busting your balls. Relax. Listen, tough
Stop
guy.
slapping
I
him
need you
in
to
the
do me a
face.
favor. I got girls crazy for blow. I got a car full of it parked in Trenton. Go pick it up. Give me a call.
What am I, your driver? Screw you.
No, listen. I do it myself, but I'm being watched by the feds. You know I'll look out for you. Trust me. Besides, remember, there's a hierarchy here, capiche? Now be a good kid.
Who is that freak? I mean, yeah, he was meant to be as an unlikable boss. The same thing goes to Vlad from GTA 4. Just a punching bag who deserves to be punched in the face every time he sees some people in the street. But what he wants in this mission is that he's horny as hell, typical Gen Z in the late 90s, but the fact is that he wants a pretty car to attract some attention to other women, and we all know it's suspicious because his behavior was pretty much friendly in the beginning of the video, in the cutscene, but in the very end he just showed what he is really.
Freeze! Don't move, asshole.
That explains a lot why he was like this, and no, I'm not going to end up in a jail. Yeah, I mean, in this game, I think in Vice City, Liberty City Stories, the cops are actually aiming pretty well, especially at the tires. I mean, there was 90%, I was 90% sure that they will fire out my tires, my wheels, and it's always happened. You just see same things. 60% of the times works all the time back in the Anchorman. But yeah, the cops in these games, pretty aggressive. I mean, not as much in 3, but because of the tires mechanics that was brought in GTA Vice City, they just become a new challenge. I mean, in GTA Vice City, San Andreas, the police were more like annoying, but in this game they feels like an actual challenge sometimes. I mean, I don't know, but in these two games they always shoot my tires up to pieces, whatever. So because we are mad now at Vincenzo, it's time to talk to him through the phone.
Hey, Tony, how's the car?
You son of a bitch, Vinny, you set me up.
Set you up? Set you up? When you came back to the city, you had nothing. Nothing! I set you up all right, you ungrateful bastard. With an apartment and a job, and for that generosity, I expect you to take a few risks now and then. I ain't a charity, pal, okay? And I ain't your sugar daddy. So the police were watching the car. Screw the police. When I tell you to do something, you do it. Capiche?
Oh yeah, I understand, Vinny. I understand that as long as I work for you, I get treated like a bitch. Well look, I was making scores while you were looking up girls' skirts. Have your bitch job back, boss. I quit.
Tony, you're making a big...
Strange thing is that Tony Cipriani got his phone by killing another person. Same thing goes to Vice City with Teal and Tommy Versetti. But I think the reason why was actually Vincenzo mad is that he realized that the cops didn't get Cipriani. It made him really mad, but he still tried to act like a boss. But we all know that Tony isn't as dumb as he looks. Okay, so Banshee getting smashed and we leave the place, and we won't have any content with this guy for some time, which is good to me. Good for me. Okay, but that was the first video of Liberty City Stories. In the second one, we're going to have some time with JD, and after that we take a look at our mom. So yeah, we have some issues in Liberty City. in the beginning, but we all know that this city is basically the worst place on earth, with the worst campus in the whole earth, I mean in the US. So it's not surprising how the things are messed up here all the time. Alright, it was me, Martin, and see you guys later.